After West Indies team winning the first test match, England had to win the second test match if they had to stay alive in the series. The toss was delayed because of rain and England captain Joe Root was back into the team. During the toss, West Indies won the toss and decided to bowl first. A thing to be noted is England's three seamers from the first test match were not playing in the second test match. At the start of the match, the West Indies bowlers were bowling very much wide balls. There was a quite slow start by the England team, and during the second ball of 14th over, Roston Chase dismissed Rory Burns. Rory Burns was dismissed on 15 runs in 35 balls. After dismissal of Rory Burns, it was lunch break on day 1. Soon after the break, Roston Chase bowled a ball on leg stump to Zach Crawley and Jason Holder took a fine catch. Zach Crawley was dismissed by Roston Chase on Golden Duck. After two back-to-back wickets, there was a fine partnership of 52 runs between Dom Sibley and Joe Root. Their partnership was broken by Alzari Joseph. He bowled a ball outside off stump to Joe Root and Jason Holder took a fine catch. Joe Root, after a start of 23 runs, was dismissed. Many times, ball hit or missed the outside edge of Dom Sibley and Ben Stokes, but they survived on the pitch. During the 52nd over, Dom Sibley completed his half century in 164 balls. That was a very well played knock by Dom Sibley. During the third ball of 67th over, there was a ball by Shannon Gabriel which was very wide and directly went to Jason Holder in the second slip, and that might have hurt to Jason Holder. During the 71st over, Ben Stokes also completed his half century playing 119 balls. At the end of 82nd over, it was stumps at day 1. At the end of day 1, England were at a score of 207 runs at loss of 3 wickets with Dom Sibley not out on 86 runs and Ben Stokes not out on 59 runs. At the start of day 2, Dom Sibley was playing slow and on the other hand, Ben Stokes was just hitting the ball. During the 100th over, Dom Sibley hit a straight drive and completed his century in 312 balls. And this was the 5th slowest century for England in Test cricket since 1990. Ben Stokes was playing a fiery innings. During the last ball before lunch, Ben Stokes was not out on 99 runs and played a very risky shot and ball just missed the bat and Ben Stokes just survived on the pitch. At lunch break, Ben Stokes remained not out on 99 runs and England were at a score of 264 runs at loss of 3 wickets. During the 110th over, Ben Stokes hit a 4 and completed his 10th Test century in 255 balls. Many times there were LBW shouts against Dom Sibley and Ben Stokes, but all times they survived on the pitch and luck was favouring the brave. After completing his century, Ben Stokes was playing very aggressive and completed his 150 runs in 301 balls during the 125th over. There was an amazing partnership of 260 runs between Ben Stokes and Dom Sibley, which was finally broken by Roston Chase during 126th over. Dom Sibley was looking to play a big shot and was caught by Kemar Roach. Dom Sibley, after playing a very fine innings of 120 runs in 372 balls, was dismissed. 23 balls after dismissal of Dom Sibley, Roston Chase dismissed Oli Pope. Oli Pope was dismissed on 7 runs and England team lost their 2 wickets in a very short while. The 43 runs partnership between Josh Butler and Ben Stokes stabilized the England innings, but the partnership was finally broken by Kemar Roach during 143rd over. Ben Stokes went to play a reverse sweep and ball edged the bat, and wicketkeeper Shane Dowrich took an easy catch. Ben Stokes was dismissed after playing an amazing innings of 176 runs in 356 balls. At the very next ball, after dismissal of Ben Stokes, Kima Roach bowled a ball outside off stump to Chris Wokes and ball edged the bat, and Shea Hope took a fine catch. Chris Wokes was dismissed on Golden Duck, and England team lost two back-to-back wickets. Josh Butler was playing a very nice innings, but went to play a big shot against Jason Holder during 155th over and was caught by Alzari Joseph on boundary. Josh Butler, after a fine start of 40 runs, was dismissed. 5 balls after dismissal of Josh Butler, Sam Curran went to play a reverse sweep against Roston Chase, but ball just hit the toe of bat and Craig Brathwaite took an easy catch. And this wicket was the 5th wicket of Roston Chase, and England team lost their 9th wicket. Sam Curran was dismissed on 17 runs, playing 39 balls. It looked like England will be all out in 2 to 3 overs, but there were some contributions from the last two batsmen. There was a partnership of 42 runs between Stuart Broad and Dom Bess. At the end of 162nd over, England team declared their innings. In the first innings, England scored 469 runs in 162 overs, losing 9 wickets with a performance of 176 runs by Ben Stokes and 120 runs by Dom Sibley and Roston Chase taking 5 wickets. At the start of West Indies innings, there was a fine bowling performance by England team. England team got their first wicket when Sam Curran dismissed John Campbell during the 10th over. There was an LBW shout, but umpire gave not out. England team then took the review and decision was reversed. John Campbell was dismissed on 12 runs and England team took an early wicket. At the end of 14th over, it was end of day 2. At the end of day 2, the West Indies team were at a score of 32 runs at loss of 1 wicket and were still 437 runs behind. There was no play on third day of the match because of rain. The weather forecast for 4th and 5th day were better. During the 25th over, Alzari Joseph was dismissed by Dom Bess with Oli Pope taking a very fine catch at short leg. Alzari Joseph, after a fine innings of 32 runs in 52 balls, was dismissed. There was a 53-run partnership between Craig Brathwaite and Shea Hope, which was finally broken by Sam Curran. Sam Curran bowled a ball outside off stump to Shea Hope, and ball just nicked the bat, and Josh Butler took an easy catch. Shea Hope was dismissed on 25 runs, playing 71 balls. During the 57th over, Craig Brathwaite completed his half-century in 121 balls, hitting 5 fours. Craig Brathwaite was playing well, but during the 69th over, Craig Brathwaite was dismissed by Ben Stokes. Craig Brathwaite was dismissed on 75 runs and missed a very fine opportunity of scoring a century. During the 72nd over, Shamai Brooks took 2 runs and completed his half-century. During the 83rd over, Stuart Broad dismissed Shamai Brooks. Shamai Brooks was dismissed on 68 runs, playing 137 balls. 14 balls after dismissal of Shamai Brooks, Stuart Broad bowled a very nice ball and dismissed Jermaine Blackwood. Jermaine Blackwood was dismissed without even scoring a run. 11 balls after dismissal of Jermaine Blackwood, Stuart Broad dismissed Shane Dowrich. Shane Dowrich was also dismissed without scoring a run, and West Indies team lost their third wicket in a very short while. 23 balls after dismissal of Shane Dowridge, Chris Wokes bowled a ball outside off stump to Jason Holder and Joe Root took a nice catch. Jason Holder was dismissed on just 2 runs, playing 12 balls. During the 90th over, Roston Chase took 2 runs and completed his half century in 83 balls. 5 balls after completing his half century, he was dismissed by Stuart Broad. Roston Chase played a fine innings of 51 runs in 85 balls. 15 balls after dismissal of Roston Chase, Chris Wokes dismissed Shannon Gabriel on duck. The West Indies team scored 287 runs in 99 overs, with Shamab Brooks scoring 68 runs, Roston Chase scoring 51 runs, and Chris Wokes taking 3 wickets. The England team started with a different strategy when they sent Josh Butler and Ben Stokes to open in the second innings. But this strategy was unsuccessful because Josh Butler was dismissed by Kemar Roach during the 4th ball of second innings. Josh Butler was dismissed without even scoring a run. 21 balls after dismissal of Josh Butler, Zach Crawley was looking to hit the ball out of the ground but just missed the ball and was dismissed. Zach Crawley was dismissed on 11 runs and Kemar Roach took his second wicket. At the end of the 8th over, it was end of day 4. At the end of day 4, England team were at a score of 37 runs at a loss of 2 wickets and had a lead of 210 runs. At the start of day 5, Ben Stokes was playing very aggressive innings and even there was a missed catch opportunity against Ben Stokes by John Campbell. During the 14th over, Ben Stokes hit a 6 and completed his half century in just 36 balls. There was a fine partnership between Joe Root and Ben Stokes, and this partnership was broken during the 16th over. The ball was down the leg, and Joe Root ran and sacrificed his wicket for his team. Joe Root was dismissed after a start of 22 runs. After dismissal of Joe Root, Ben Stokes went on playing aggressively, and at the end of 19th over, England team declared their innings. In the second innings, England team scored 129 runs in just 19 overs, losing 3 wickets, with the performance of 78 runs by Ben Stokes and Kemar Roach taking 2 wickets. The West Indies team needed to score 312 runs if they had to win the match and the series. During the 5th ball of first over of West Indies innings, the ball just went near from the bat of John Campbell, and Josh Butler thought it had missed the bat, but Stuart Broad said to take the review, and the review was successful. John Campbell was dismissed on 4 runs, and England team got their first wicket. During the 8th over, Craig Brathwaite was dismissed by Chris Wokes. Craig Brathwaite was dismissed on 12 runs, and England team got their second wicket. 5 balls after dismissal of Craig Brathwaite, Shea Hope was dismissed by an amazing ball from Stuart Broad. Shea Hope was dismissed on just 7 runs and England team took 3 wickets in a very short while. During the 15th over, Stuart Broad dismissed Roston Chase. Roston Chase was dismissed just scoring 6 runs. West Indies team then stabilized themselves. During the 40th over, Jermaine Blackwood took a single and completed his half century in 81 balls. During the 42nd over, Shamab Brooks hit a 6 and completed his half century in style. There was a very nice partnership between Jermaine Blackwood and Shamab Brooks, which was broken by Ben Stokes during the last over before tea with Josh Butler taking a very amazing catch. German Blackwood was dismissed after playing a fine innings of 55 runs. 4 balls after dismissal of German Blackwood, Shane Dowrich was dismissed by Chris Brooks. Shane Dowrich in this innings also was dismissed without even scoring a run. During the 56th over, Sam Curran bowled a straight ball and dismissed Shamma Brooks. Shamma Brooks, after a fine innings of 62 runs in 136 balls, was dismissed. During the 63rd over, Dom Bess bowled a very amazing ball to dismiss the West Indies captain Jason Holder. Jason Holder was dismissed after scoring 35 runs in 62 balls. 19 balls after dismissal of Jason Holder, Ben Stokes dismissed Alzari Joseph. Alzari Joseph was dismissed on 9 runs and England team just needed 1 wicket to win the match. During the first ball of 71st over, Dom Bess bowled a straight ball to Kemar Roach and Oli Pope took a very amazing catch at short leg. The West Indies team were bowled out at 198 runs and England team won the match by 113 runs and the series was level at 1-1. In the bowling, Stuart Broad took 3 wickets and Ben Stokes was named as man of the match for his amazing all-round performance with bat and ball. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe and do share your suggestions in the comment section.